Good morning to the media of the press. Thank you for responding at short notice. I have with me here the members of the executive committee, the boss of Multi-Choice and the boss of Super Sport United, and the members of the PSL Executive Committee. When I read the release, that's going to assist as to why I call this press conference. The Sunday Times reported this weekend that Stan Matthews is set to resign from his position after only 5 months in the job. In this report, it quotes that Matthews had a 3-year contract with the PSL and that the reasons for his resignation remain unclear. It quoted several people confirming that Stan Matthews had made up his mind and would therefore not be persuaded to stay. The reporter said that the position is proving to be a poison chalice, referring also to Matthews' predecessor having lasted only 3 months and not missing the opportunity to state that the CM's contract was not renewed after 3 years, which was the end of his contract, by the way, and he was asked him to stay over for several months. Mr. Majabu left after his request for the PSL to change its delegation of authority in ways that would have led to a departure from his corporate governance. It was not granted by the Executive Committee, a decision he considered a deal breaker. Mr. Majabu was a lawyer of the PSL, aware of the corporate governance when he accepted the position of the CEO. This story, which would normally have resided in the sports section of this important newspaper, graduated to the front page, publicized through the Clearly Streets posters reading PSL CEO to quit. You'll notice that the reporter did not, besides his seniority, contact the chairman of the PSL, whom he extensively quotes. Had the reporter contacted the chairman of the PSL, would have learned that the facts about Mr. Matthews' departure are straightforward and devoid of the exodus of high-profile employees he and his faceless sources envisioned. The departure of Stan Matthews was initiated by Mr. Imtiaz Patel, the CEO of Multi-Choice, confidentially called me in March 2012 to inform me that Multi-Choice has decided on a U-turn in relation to releasing Mr. Matthews to the PSL. He informed me that Stan Matthews would be on the list of those approached for a post that was about to open. As always, I thank Mr. Patel for the heads up. In April 2012, Mr. Matthews approached me with a request to cut his stay at the PSL short as a bigger picture opportunity has come up for him. After persuading Stan to stay, I finally relented on condition his departure only happens at the end of the season. The report of a pending resignation is therefore false. On Friday, when Matthews spoke to the Sunday Times, he knew for 3 months already that he would start at Multi-Choice on the 9th of July 2012. And Matthews said that I would like to thank the PSL for the opportunity of heading up the biggest league on the African continent. I've been privileged to serve on the executive committee since 2006 and played a small but sincere part in building the league into the great brand it is today, a flagship league in the world of football. I remain committed to the professional football in this country, and I'm willing to serve and add value in any capacity which I'm requested. Matthews' resignation is with immediate effect. Cambridge Mokanyane, with the PSL COO, will be the acting COO until further notice. And I've got here Mr. Imtiaz Patel and Mr. Irvin Khoza, who will make comments. Mr. Patel, your chance, Mr.
Well, Mr. Chairman, thank you very much. I don't have much to add. I think the facts have been stated by yourself. Prior to Happy Nchingila joining SuperSport as the CEO in around mid-March, of this year, I have been in the position of 2 jobs in essence, is heading up the multi-choice group and also doing the super sport job. And in that period we had an opportunity to, as part of our overall strategy, to look at our structures and see where we are heading strategically. As part of Happy's initiative, and Happy will talk a lot about that just now, is a massive push of our investments in football into the rest of the continent. And the chairman himself here has been party to giving us lots of advice and taking lots of lessons from our investment and our partnership with the PSL, which is tremendously successful for both parties. So it became naturally clear that as part of our strategy and push into the continent, we needed somebody who lived football, who had already been part of our system, and who had initially been part of our initial foray into the continent, and that is Stanley. So he was, before he started with the PSL, involved in a couple of the leagues that we had bought into. As an example, the Kenyan League, spent a lot of time helping with putting together constitutions, referees committees, sponsorship programs and the like. That program came to fruition under Stanley, and then he came to the PSL. It became patently clear that the initiatives that Happy was going to embark on were far, far greater in excess of what had been under my helm. So it became natural that in a conversation between Happy and myself, we felt that we wanted the right skills for the organization, that we have a partnership with the chairman here, and we approached him to say that we want to make the possibility of Stanley being part of that initiative possible. And as the chairman has already outlined, the rest is history. So I don't know, Happy, maybe can comment on your big initiatives into the rest of Africa and the role that Stanley will play. But I want to take this opportunity to thank the chairman for his understanding, and the league and the executive committee for their understanding that the foray for football and for growing football in the continent seems to have taken precedence over what we believe is a very successful league here, and that their understanding of a vision that will grow football in the continent, which will ultimately make the PSL a stronger product.
Thank you. Thank you. I think Imtiaz has said a lot, and I'm not about to reveal the entire business strategy this afternoon, except to say that the success of pay television as a business hinges a lot on the success of the sports federations where you actually conduct business. And I think we've been successful enough in South Africa. And of course, the expansion of our business strategy requires that we make the same kind of forays into the continent. And if we have successful leagues, therefore you have a successful product and therefore a successful business. And if you are to do that, you need to actually team up with the kind of people who will understand what it is that you want to do from a business point of view, as opposed to having people who are going to try and learn how to do that. And I'd like to believe that in someone like Stan, we have got that kind of individual, and therefore we're quite pleased that he's made that move to us for us to be able to pursue our business objectives. And that's basically the rationale behind this move on our part to pursue Stan, and therefore I guess that's how we all ended up here. Thank you.
Yeah, Chairman, members of the Exco, MTS, Happy, and members of the media. Just want to take this opportunity, obviously, to thank the Chairman and the Executive Committee for giving me the opportunity to live both sides of the coin. It's well versed that I served since 2006 on this Executive Committee, and I've been privileged to do so and proud to do so, because we're sitting on the best league on the continent and one of the best leagues in the world. So for me to have played a part in that and being able to go back behind the scenes in a way and add some value, hopefully, to the league, and certainly trying to inculcate in the league officers a strong mindset about clubs and club football and about football issues, which is what I set out to do. I'm proud to have had that opportunity, and unfortunately it's shorter than it was envisaged, but at the end of the day, I've indicated to the chairman and to the executive committee that I'm prepared to serve football in this country and professional football in the country in any way that I'm requested to do so. I don't need a title to do that, and I don't need to be the CEO to do that. So I've served on the Joint Liaison Committee, the Finance Committee, the Competitions Committee, the Executive Committee, and the SAFA Committee. So if I'm requested in any way in terms of subcommittees or in a voluntary capacity to add value, I'm more than happy to do so. And just once again to really thank the PSL for the understanding and for the manner in which the exit's been handled, and looking forward to my new challenge back home at Supersport. Thank you.
We'll take question and answer session, but there's 2 rolling mics there. Please say the name of the institution where you come from and then pose your question, please.
Mr. Matthew, my name is Given from Political News. You say you're looking forward to new challenges. Sorry, what are those new challenges? Is PSL facing challenges? I mean, not PSL, Super Sports?
Can I handle that? I guess every job is a challenge, and we've got new initiatives that we're pursuing, and I'm sure the word to use to describe those new opportunities has got to be challenges. So Supersport as a business is not facing challenges, but clearly as a business you need to expand. And I guess we throw that challenge at someone that we employ in our expansion strategy. So I guess that's the answer.
Happy. I must not be economic with the truth. Tell the media that today we've got 4 million subscribers. And it's a record. I won't charge more, we don't ask more money for the broadcast rights.
No, but I just think it's a simple thing. When a business is successful, you have to look for new faces and new revenue streams. And those kind of opportunities obviously reside in the rest of the continent, because that's how you expand your business. So as already been mentioned, we've had very good success with our business in South Africa. And what you do as a successful business, you look for other opportunities, and those opportunities are out there. So we've thrown the challenge. Let's stand to go in and make sure that we can annex those opportunities.
Musibudi Whitehead, Kaya FM. This question is for the chairman. Chairman, the explanation for Mr. Matthews' departure is fair, but is it a bit worrying that, in terms of continuity, that there's been quite a bit of change in that seat where Stan Matthews was sitting? Thank you.
I mean, for now, there's nothing to worry about. Is to look for a replacement, if the opportunity arises, because this is a competitive environment where people, they look for the best brains, and also what happened before Stanley Matthews was beyond our control. We're not responsible for it as a PSL. So we offer an opportunity. It's not work, it's not because of the PSL. So it can't worry us, because it's not us. We do everything possible in our power to create an enabling environment. We see Trevor was there for too long. Shetted was the CEO. We extended his contract beyond, expiry of his contract. So if it were with Mr. Macham, we would be here if it was not a deal breaker on the governance thing. So it's not us. We don't have a problem with what about it. And that's why, even the sponsors, they show confidence in it, because we're transparent. I mean, there's nothing behind it.
I see one hand here.
Mark Stram, Sunday Times. Stan, since your appointment, you've made it clear that one of your objectives was to improve the standard of football and improve the product, especially on the field. And you wanted to do that by attention to youth league, reserve leagues, low league football. You had plans like that. I mean, does someone take a job for 5 months and then change their mind? I mean, I understand that a high-profile position has opened up in Supersport, but does that serve as a complete reason for your leaving?
I think, Mark, you have to understand that I'm not a one-man show. I've served 5 years here and I represent a group of people that have stuck together as a team. Football is not a one-man operation. It's a team game. And any mandate that I wanted to carry out in terms of youth football and other activities, and I've been proud, even in a short space of time, under this tenure, in the signing of the Players Union Agreement, and some reforms around our football and around medical attention and a lot of other technical aspects that we paid deep attention to and will continue to pay deep attention to. But that was not my vision alone. That's a vision that emanated in the boardroom with an executive that's a progressive executive, and that has seen this league grow from humble beginnings to where we are today. And I was reflecting the other day when I first started in football, going to Caledonian Stadium and standing in the small tunnel there where journos would gather around with their cigarette boxes and scrap pieces of paper of one team sheet that was sitting on the board and writing down the teams. And here we are 10 years later in the most sophisticated environment, media-friendly environment, with CRM systems, with international relations around the globe, with the best leagues in the world. Our chairman serves on the World League Association, and we've created an environment where even you as the media and your colleagues and a lot of people sitting in this room today never had these opportunities 6-7 years ago. The environment for the players and everything else has been progressive. So I've never seen myself as a person who was carrying out a selfish or a sole vision. It was a vision that emanated as a team, and I was carrying that forward, and I've got absolutely no doubt that vision will continue forward without me. I was carrying the baton, and if hopefully one person in the relay race sometimes gives a little bit of an edge for the team to win, and I want this team to win, and that's focusing on the fundamentals of football, and I've got no doubt that the executive will continue to do so without me.
I don't see any other hands, so we don't have any other hands. So thank you very much for attending. Conference is closed.